Professor Isaac,
Hey,
so good to
how are
see
you?
you.
Good to see you too.
Oh my gosh, who's this?
This is Sophie. Sophie. Oh, she just wants pets.
Aw.
She's a good girl. Let's Sophie, let's go.
You're from the Bay Area, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What's the best part about it?
If I had to pick one thing, probably the food and the weather and the cultural diversity and the natural beauty and the people. So that's just one thing.
Quite the list. What are you doing when you're not on the job?
Probably playing or coaching sports. If you look at the back of my car, it looks like a sporting goods store.
Cool, what sports do you play?
Love playing basketball, but my favorite thing is the faculty staff indoor soccer game at Malley.
I remember in class we all made a playlist together, but Professor Isaac, who's your favorite artist?
I'd have to pick John Mayer. He's the best guitar player on earth.
Watch any good TV shows lately?
Yeah, I've been watching Scrubs all the way through for the third time. I should probably ask my students for some newer recommendations though.
Favorite movie?
I would pick the Back to the Future trilogy. It's 3 movies, I'm kind of cheating, but you gotta watch them all together. I've done it hundreds of times.
If your life was made into a biopic, who would you want to play you?
Let's see, I'd pick somebody who looks like me. So maybe somebody who's Egyptian, so the guy who played Aladdin.
Okay, back to sports. What's your favorite one?
Oh, I can't pick just one. I mean, going to baseball games is the best. Watching soccer on TV is awesome. Love playing basketball. Been really into Formula One recently. I don't know why, but I am.
And what teams do you root for?
Number 1, Santa Clara University teams. Those are the best. But also love the A's, Warriors, Bay Area teams, Niners.
Awesome. So, sports I get. How did you come to combine it with communication?
I'll tell you about it. Whatever I ended up studying, I was going to choose that and sports. If I went into psychology or sociology, I was interested in American studies for a while. I'm really interested in sports and in communication. We're talking about how people interact with one another, what they're like in a society with one another, and I'm fascinated by how people talk on the field, how they communicate off the field, how they get along. So whatever I did, I was going to do that thing and sports. One thing I love about teaching the sports class, it does give me lots of good memories. Every summer when I teach the communication and sports class, we go golfing. We learn about golf culture because golf culture is very specific. And in the summer we have a little longer classes so we can head out and play 9 holes. I had a student who was on the basketball team and he loved sports and he got along with his dad really well. They both loved basketball. But after we went golfing one time, he said, "I'm so glad we did this because my dad goes golfing every single day and I've never gone with him because I've always felt scared to go. And now I feel really comfortable being able to go out on the golf course with him." So for me, that was one of those times where I thought, I was doing this because I wanted to golf. I wanted to go have fun. And he got something really important out of it. And that felt really good.
What classes do you teach, and what's your favorite one to teach?
I teach public speaking. I teach communication and sport. I teach time and communication. And I also teach qualitative research methods. I love all those classes. I will say, I think time and communication is my favorite class to teach. You do not need to be a communication major to take communication classes. A lot of the communication classes are available to students all across the university.
Why do you like making films?
I like making films because they're fun. When I was 5 or 6, my brother and his friends would make films on our big VHS over-the-shoulder camera, and I started making some things with them, and they were terrible. And then professionally, I started making films more seriously in 2018. I really wanted to get into filmmaking. I wanted to use film as a way to express my research, and that's when I started. I used to do academic writing, and I dreaded it. With filmmaking, you're able to be creative, and you're able to use visuals in ways that you can't do when you're writing, and you're able to tell a story that people would want to connect with. And if you can do something really well and you can make it really captivating, then it can stick with people. So I really enjoyed that.
In 2018, you challenged yourself to make 52 short films in 1 year. What was your favorite one to make, and what was your favorite memory from shooting those?
The one that was my favorite to make is a short film that I still use in class right now. It's called Science versus Dave, and it's about 4 guys who are sitting on the pier arguing about whether or not atoms exist. And they're being absurd, they're being ridiculous. They're making arguments about whether or not atoms exist based on kind of like a lot of the arguments people use regarding conspiracy theories. So that was really fun for me to make.
How could a film or video elevate learning in a college setting?
I think films can elevate learning because they can be more engaging to different types of people. And if you can show them something and it can stick with them, and then when they come to class, they're gonna be able to talk about it. And then after they finish their studies, they're gonna remember the concepts because the video connected with them. That's what learning is all about.
What's the best part about Santa Clara that isn't communication?
Okay, this is gonna sound like a total cliche and like I'm pandering to the students, but it's the students. They are wonderful. Every time I think about, would I wanna work somewhere else in the Bay Area? I always say no, I wanna be with Santa Clara students because they're fantastic, they work hard, they're intelligent, they're bright, they're full of good ideas. I love the students here. I love the students here.
Looks like that's all my questions. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I learned a lot, but I gotta go to class now.
Good, class is important.
Oh, one more question. What advice would you give yourself freshman year of college?
I would say just treat people well. Oh, and go to office hours too.
That's solid advice. See you around, Professor
All right.
Ishak. Thanks
See ya.
again.
Have a good day.